Hi, I'm Katrina, and welcome to Cat's Kentucky Corner. Today I want to talk about something that's very important to me. With October just around the corner, I think most of us know what the pink ribbon stands for. But what most of you might not know, unless you've experienced it or someone you love has, is September's teal ribbon stands for Ovarian Cancer Awareness. It's estimated that 1 in 78 women are diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I personally knew 3 people that have had ovarian cancer. 2 women fought very hard and won their battles with cancer. And 1 lady fought hard and didn't. And that was my mother, Janet. And this is her story. This takes me back to June of '98 when I graduated high school. Should have been a fun, exciting time. But it turned dark that July of '98. My mom was someone who never really got sick very often. She was a school teacher. She never even hardly missed school, unless it was to stay home with me. But you'll find out that, or if you don't know, that ovarian cancer is a silent killer for a reason. And it's because the symptoms for it are just things that are so random it wouldn't flash lights at you saying, hey, you've got ovarian cancer. So mom, people were telling her she was losing weight, and I would question, go, why? Your stomach looks bloated and swollen. Why are people thinking you're losing weight? Well, she kind of had everywhere else except the stomach area. And sadly, that's because the cancer had spread already, but didn't know this yet. We'd go out to eat at Texas Roadhouse, and she would ask to share a pork chop with my dad because her appetite wasn't there. She couldn't eat a whole meal. So what ended up happening, she started getting kind of like what we thought was maybe a chest respiratory infection. So she went to the doctor, was put on antibiotics. And when the antibiotics weren't doing anything for her, and she would literally walk across the floor and be so winded and out of breath. Well, the doctor went back to the doctor, and he sent her to the hospital. They did a chest x-ray, and it showed that the lung had collapsed because fluid had caused it. And that fluid, I think, came from, if I'm not mistaken, the stomach, which of course was the cancer where it had spread. So they admitted her in the hospital to do all these tests to try to figure out what's going on. And so I'll never forget, because I was very, very close with my mom. I said, gosh, Mom, when are they going to figure this out? Let's get this diagnosed, whatever. Let's get you back home. Let alone, I didn't know what kind of diagnosis she was going to get. And I'll never forget that day, because my dad came home. I was laying on the couch talking to my best friend, and the look on his face, I knew something was not right. So I said, I've got to go. And I looked at him and started crying without even asking yet. And I said, well, what is it? And he said, it's cancer, and it's ovarian cancer. So, I immediately just started crying harder because, unfortunately, when you think of cancer, you just automatically, your brain goes there, like it's a death sentence, it seems like. Not for everybody, I'm not saying that. But I tell everybody now, I'm so glad I didn't have a smartphone then where, you start Googling and searching things, because I was pretty naive. Like I thought, okay, we're going to get through this. It's going to be fine. We're going to do chemo and it's all going to be okay. Let alone, I didn't know that the doctor told my dad that he gave her like 5 months to live, but she lasted longer than that, thank God, a little bit longer. So the plan for her was they were going to do chemo to help shrink it as much as possible, and a hysterectomy. Now, if it could have been found when it was just in the ovaries, the hysterectomy, it would have been a much better situation, but unfortunately it did spread. And I think the doctor, I remember saying to my dad, I tried to get as much out as possible, but I couldn't get it all. So that whole last month of October of '99, sorry, it gets a little fuzzy sometimes. October of '99, it was rough. She was pretty much in the hospital that whole month. She couldn't be home. She was on a feeding tube. Very dark days. It was just horrific. I'm going to try not to get emotional. Unfortunately, she lost her battle on October 22nd of 1999. One of the hardest days of my life, because that was one of my best friends. I would rather spend time with my mom than friends in high school. That's just how it was. We were very close. So, if this video can save one life, that'll make it all worthwhile telling this story. And something told me to tell this story. Something about my mom, so brave. I cannot express that enough. I can tell you now, if I got a diagnosis like that, and I pray to God I never do, I would probably be whiny and complaining the whole time. But I never heard that woman complain once. all I heard her do was pray every night that she wanted to live another day to get her through this. Breaks my heart. So something I wanted to say also is that Pap smear test that you get at your gynecologist's office don't always show ovarian cancer. They don't test for that. You're probably thinking, well, what can I do? Two things that you may want to talk to your doctor or gynecologist about are ultrasounds you can have done on your ovaries. And then there's a blood test called CA125. I will say that I'm in a program with University of Kentucky, excuse me. It's free to me because of my mom. But I go every summer and do the ultrasound. Maybe if it's possible, I'll bring you guys along with me at the time. And let them talk to, maybe they'll let me interview. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. We'll see what happens. But I hope you found this video informative, and I hope you do speak with your doctor about it. It's better to be very proactive on these situations, you know, to help with all possible preventing any kind of cancer, because I think we all know someone that we love that's either suffered from cancer, died from cancer, or is currently battling the battle right now. Someone I love very dearly right now is battling it, and she's watching this video most likely, and you know I love you. Before I close out, I'm going to show really quick the lady I was talking about so that you can see my mama. There she is, Janet. I love you, Mom. I miss you greatly. And for everybody else, until next time, happy tales to you.